Welcome to Monday morning Mindful Monday class. I'm Connie Bowman, and I usually, under happy, healthy circumstances, teach at the 50 Plus Center in North Laurel, and I'm so glad you're here. This is a 45-minute class, a gentle yoga class with some mindfulness sprinkled in. So I encourage you to make this class your own. If something I suggest is not helpful for you this day, everybody's different and every day is different. For me, every minute is different. So make this class your own by modifying where you need to. I can't see you, unfortunately. And in our class at the 50 Plus Center, we usually practice in a circle. And I love the idea of a circle because it links us rather than ranks us. So imagine, if you will, as you begin to take your seat, drawing your shoulders back and down, lifting the crown of your head and letting your eyes soften or close. Imagine yourself in a circle with all of our friends around us. And in that circle, before we practice, we usually share a little something about our day, our week, or our state of mind. And just imagine what you would share, maybe a word or a phrase. Imagine what you would share and lift it out to be shared with the group. And then just begin to notice your external surroundings. So if you have other people in the house, you might hear noises, sounds. You might hear birds chirping outside if you have windows open. And you hear the sound of my voice. And begin to notice the temperature of the air, the sensation of clothes against your skin. Any aromas that may be wafting through your kitchen this morning? Smell of coffee. And then begin to bring your awareness to the body, noticing what you brought to your mat this morning, accepting whatever that is. And then bring your awareness to your breath, your natural breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. And then we'll invite some of that mindfulness in as we soften the belly and invite in a deeper expression of our breath, filling up belly, ribs, and heart space. And then letting the exhalation be just a little bit longer than the inhalation. Don't rush it, but let it all out. Just let it go. Inhale again, fully, belly, ribs. Bringing the air all the way up to the lungs. And when you're full, just take one more sip of air, more than you think you can accept. And then slowly release. Letting the air flow out of the nostrils slowly and completely. Take another breath in together. And another full exhalation, letting it go. Nice. And then just pausing here, notice how you feel. 3 breaths. 3 slower than normal breaths. And we'll make it our mindful intention this morning to keep our breath flowing as smoothly as we can, even when we may hit some, little rough spots in our practice, as there may be some for each of us at different times. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. And then take the cross of your leg so that one ankle, switch the cross so that one ankle is in front of the other so that your hips get a little bit of a different experience here. Just notice how that's feeling, maybe rock from side to side. And as you're ready, begin your breath and inhale those shoulders up to your ears and then exhale them back and down. We'll just wake up those shoulders, inhaling them up and exhaling, rolling them back and down. One more, inhale and exhale. Good. And then as you're ready, inhale that nose up to the ceiling and exhale your chin down to your chest. We'll inhale, lifting the nose, stretching the neck. And exhale, stretch the back of the neck. Good. And take another one, inhaling to lift. And exhaling, lowering that chin down to the chest. Good. And just pause here. Notice where your shoulders landed. Just try to imagine they will stay down there. Maybe they'll try to creep up, and we will be conscious of that as we practice. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, take that right chin, your only chin, over to your right shoulder. And then exhale, take it back down. And keep your eyes closed here. Just tuning into your own body as you take that chin over to the left. Just some gentle semicircles. Super slow. Really mindful. And as you're ready, bring that chin back down to the chest. Gracefully lift your gaze and come up to seated. We'll take our hands to the front of our legs and we'll take some seated cat-cows because they're really fun and they feel really good. So we're going to start on our exhale by rounding forward, bringing the belly into the spine, bringing the chin back to the chest. And then we'll gradually make our way to that inhale as we lift our gaze and shine our hearts forward. Good. Move through these cat-cows just as slowly as your body needs this morning, just moving with your breath. Feeling every little part of that spine, bringing the breath fully up to the tops of the lungs. So good for us. Let's take two more. Good. And then lift your gaze, smile. And when you're ready, take those arms out wide. If your legs are starting to talk to you and you want to release them forward, go for it. Your practice. Take your arms out nice and wide. And then give yourself a big hug. So one arm goes on top, doesn't matter which one. See if you can reach around for those scapula back behind you. And inhale deeply and exhale fully. As you inhale, open up, spread your wings, and switch the cross. So the opposite arm goes on top. And inhale. And exhale. Good job. We'll take two more each way, just working with your breath. Maybe adding in that lift and that lower of the chin. Last one. Inhale, open and fly. Exhale, hug. Inhale, open and fly. And exhale, hug. Good. Give yourself a nice big hug because we haven't had enough hugs in the last few months. I know I haven't. And when you're ready, we'll release those legs if you haven't already. Just place them in front of you. Maybe rub out your ankles, give yourself a little massage. And then take your hands behind you and windshield washer those legs. Good. Beautiful. And as you're ready, just bringing your feet in a little closer. Take them about hip width. And we're going to point our fingers toward our hips and just lift up, coming into a reverse table. Notice how this feels. So if you have any shoulder injuries, you might want to skip this. But see if you can lift your hips a little bit higher. We're starting to activate the arms, the legs, and keep your neck nice and neutral. We'll take one more breath here. Smooth and easy as things start to get a little more challenging. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down. Good job. And then we'll take ourselves up to our tabletop. And this is where that blanket comes in handy. So let your blanket spread it out on your mat and take all the wrinkles out. Smooth it out. Make it nice and smooth. You can also use a little pillow if you have one handy. That comes in nice and handy. And then take your hands and lower them right under your shoulders and spread those fingers nice and wide and distribute the weight into every single finger. See if you can let every finger take equal responsibility as much as possible. And then look down at your knees, see if they're under your hips. I'm sure they are. And then come to a nice long table, elongating the spine from the tail to the crown of the head. Yeah, here we are. We're halfway up. So what are we going to do here? We're just going to waggle our tail a little bit. Sophie shake for my regulars. And then come to stillness. And then take a gander back towards your right toe. And then inhale back to center. Take a gander towards your left toe, just checking in with those obliques, and come back to center as you inhale. We'll take two more. Exhaling as we stretch out that left side body and inhaling back to center. Same thing on the other side. Just move with your breath. Go slower than me if your breath is slower. We'll meet back in tabletop when you're ready. Good. Coming back to center, let's take some regular cat-cows. Regular. So we'll drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone on the inhale, and round the spine. Same as we did when we were seated. Come into that Halloween cat shape. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good job. One more. Feels so good, right? And then come back to center. Keep your knees right under your hips, but you might want to bring them back on your blanket a little bit more. And then just slowly walk your hands forward. We're going to come into puppy pose, a little stretch for the shoulders. So the hips are going to stay above the knees, but we're going to melt our heart. That anahata chakra, the heart chakra, melts toward the floor, and the forehead can just rest on the floor. And you can walk your fingertips a little bit further if this is okay on your shoulders. And so if this bothers your shoulders, you might bring your arms a little wider, or you might just draw your elbows back. Find that sweet spot where your heart can be melting. So this is a big heart opener here. And we'll take 3 breaths together. And if you find that this is just really easy for you, you can bring your chin to the floor. And as you're ready, on that last breath, We're just going to slowly bring ourselves back up to tabletop. Set yourself up here, fingers nice and spread. And as you're ready, we're going to lift that left arm up to the sky and follow it with our gaze. That's our inhale. And as we exhale, slowly thread it through. Coming into that thread, the needle, we'll stretch those shoulders out. So we'll lower the forehead to the floor and see if you can follow your gaze with that right arm lifted. And on your exhale, right hand comes down. Press yourself up and inhale that left arm back up and exhale it back down. Good. When you're ready, right side, same thing. Inhale and exhale to thread, taking that right temple down to the floor, inhaling that left arm up and exhaling it down to press yourself up and inhaling to lift and exhale to lower. Shall we go through one more round of those because they feel really good on the shoulders? If your knees are bothering you, you can lift up to downward facing dog as we flow through this. So inhale and exhale to thread. Inhale, lifting the right arm, and exhale to press it into the earth. Inhale, left arm, and exhale, lower it down. Switching sides, inhale, right. Exhale, thread. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, press it into the earth. Inhale, lift, follow it with your gaze. And exhale. Bring your hand back to the earth. Take your hands a little bit further ahead of where they were for your tabletop and tuck those toes. And slowly begin to lift yourself up into that inverted V shape, taking your heels toward the floor. Mine don't reach the floor. Maybe yours do. Pressing those heels toward the floor. And then remove your blanket. Set it aside. And we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So enjoy this dog as you would your dog, if you love dogs. And just give it a little walk, bending one knee and then the other. Good. And then find stillness. Lift your hips a little bit higher, pressing into the mat. Feeling that great stretch along the spine and the backs of the legs. So good. And one more breath in, look forward. And then we're just going to take a walk forward, and we'll meet at the tops of our mat in forward fold. And this is a great place if you happen to have yoga blocks. Since I do, I'll show you. You can bring the earth up to meet you with yoga blocks here at whatever level is just perfect for you. And you can let your hands rest, or you can bring your hands into ragdoll. And keep a generous bend of the knees as we're just getting started this morning. And breathe. Head under heart. Which is not a bad place for the head to be, let's face it. And take one more breath. And as you're ready, inhale, and we'll slowly make our way up one vertebra at a time. And when we get there, reach up, reaching up for all the goodness, finding length in the body. How tall can you get? Pressing both into the earth and reaching up for the sky, maybe looking up. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, hands come to heart center. And just let your eyes close here. Just pausing here. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. Eventually letting the hands come down toward your sides, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Let those palms face forward. And just notice your shoulders. How are they hanging? See if you can roll them up and back and down. Reestablish that nice posture. And then blink your eyes open. Bring your awareness to this sensation of mountain pose. This pose of strength, courage, resilience. And see if you can take a breath in and embody that mountain. And just as you're feeling all mountainous, you're going to inhale, reach up, look up, let your palms touch. And we'll pour ourselves forward into our forward fold. And then we're going to inhale, coming into a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale into forward fold, Uttanasana. Good. As you're ready, inhale, root to rise, reaching up into your mountain pose again. This time, take your hands and give them a little clasp. Let them join, intertwining fingers, and then press those palms up toward the ceiling. Engage your legs, pressing into the earth, getting long again, but keeping those shoulders down, away from those ears. You know you can. And then inhale, look up and lean to your right. Good. We'll take one more breath here. Notice if your left foot is still pressing into the earth as equally as the right foot. See if that's possible this morning. Inhale. And exhale, come back up to center. Good. We'll take it to the left side. So as you're ready, inhale and lean left. If it feels right, take your gaze under that right arm and breathe here. Breathe into the stretch, making space for the breath. One more breath in. And exhale, come back up to center. And this time, look up at your palms, release your hands, and take them back behind you. See if you can press your palms into the sacrum and draw your elbows in together. And then lean back, taking a little gentle back bend, being very gentle. If your back is feeling tweaky, you can take your palms and just kind of press down slightly with your palms into your sacrum. And keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. We'll take one more breath in, smooth and easy, and exhale. Bend your knees as much as you need to and just fold forward. Come into your forward fold again. Good. Take another deep breath in and lift up halfway. And then exhale, take your hands to your blocks or the floor and step back with your right leg, reaching way, way back. Getting that length in that back leg. Maybe rock and roll a couple times, forward and back, stretching those toes. Good. And we'll come to stillness here. Take your right hand to the inside of this left leg and slowly peel yourself up, opening up for your first twist this morning. Keeping that left knee over the left ankle. Open up. See if you can take your gaze toward that left arm. And if you like, flip your palm and take that half bind by reaching that left arm back behind you. Good. Opening that shoulder. Keeping the breath steady and smooth. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, unwind. Take your left hand to the outside of this left foot. Come up to your fingertips, and we're going to pop this right leg up a little bit closer and come into pyramid pose. So that right foot is facing forward, and the left foot is also facing forward. You're like on railroad tracks here. So about hip width apart. And then inhale, lift up to that Ardha. And then exhale, fold forward and bring your nose toward your knee. So that right heel is pressing down and maybe lifted slightly. And let's lift up and lengthen as we inhale, coming up to fingertips, and then refold. Exhale. Good. Good stretch for that left hamstring, right? Yep. I'm feeling it. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Bring your nose to your knee. Good job. As you're ready, bend that left leg, gently step forward with your right leg, and then slowly make your way up, rooting to rise. On your inhale, reaching up, looking up, taking those palms to touch, and then clasping the hands, taking the opposite thumb across this time. Reach the palms up to the ceiling, get long. Take a big inhale, and exhale. Draw the shoulders down. And then lean to your left. Inhale. Maybe look right. Maybe smile. And exhale. Inhale back to center. And take it to the other side. Look to the other side. Good. One more breath in. We'll exhale our way back up. Let's take one more back bend. This time we can reach behind our back and clasp our hands, or you can take that just pressing down on your sacrum, or maybe play with reverse namaste if that works for you. Doesn't work for everyone. But if you're clasping your hands, take that clasp down low, lift your heart, lift your gaze, lean back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good job. One more breath in, smooth and easy. And let's keep our hands where they are. Bend your knees as much as you need to and fold forward, lifting those arms up off our back for our forward fold. Maybe straightening your legs a little bit more. Head below heart, breath slow and easy. One more breath in. And exhale to release, bringing those hands to floor or blocks. Inhale, come to that halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And exhale, take your hands down to the earth, step back with your left leg. Let's play on this side. So get really long with that left leg, maybe even scooch it back a little bit more, but keep this right knee over the right ankle. And then take that left hand to the inside of this right foot. Take your twist, reaching up, looking up. Keeping that breath nice and smooth. You got this. Good job. One more breath in, maybe flip your palm, take that half bind, reaching behind. So it's good awareness. We notice which shoulder might be a little more tight. For some of us, it's our dominant hand. That shoulder can be a little less cooperative, shall we say. When you're ready, inhale, reach it back up. And exhale, take it on down. Come to your fingertips, and we'll come into that pyramid pose on this side. So we're going to think about it before we do it. We're going to hop that foot forward, coming into our railroad tracks, pointing both toes forward. And then before we go anywhere, I'll show you how I would use my blocks for this. Lift and lengthen into that halfway lift, making that little tabletop with your back. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your nose toward your right knee, keeping that left heel pressing down, left whole foot pressing down equally, right and left. Inhale, come up again, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. These blocks are nice to have. They have many good uses. When you're ready, lift up again, halfway. And exhale. Good morning, right hamstring. We love you too. Just release any tension in the back of the neck. And on your inhale, we're going to step that left foot to meet the right and slowly roll up. Reaching up, looking up. And then draw your hands to your heart center. And pause in mountain pose. Just notice how you feel. We've been up, we've been down, we've been twisting all around. Just let your breath flow in and out. And then when you're ready, blink open your eyes. We're going to take a big old step coming lengthwise on our mat. Nice big wide legs. We're going to take another forward fold. So take your toes and see if you can point them forward and maybe scoot your heels a little bit outward. Notice what muscles are engaged as we do that. And then as you're ready, bring your hands toward your hips and come into that halfway lift. Find some length in the spine, crown of the head coming forward. And then if it's feeling good for you, which hopefully it is, let your head just come down toward the floor. Maybe hands come to floor or blocks. Shake the head yes and no. Nice big breath in. Exhale it out. And then take yourself over towards your left leg. Take that right arm and see if you can wrap it around the outside of that left ankle. And notice what happens to this leg. Try to keep the leg steady, the hips steady. And then take that twist, reaching up with your left arm. Big breath in. Feet are pressing into the floor. Good. Equal hips. And as you exhale, we're just going to walk our way over to the other side, taking the left hand to the outside of the right ankle. Lift the right arm up. Try to keep the hips square again. Gaze up at that right arm, opening that shoulder. Nice big breath in. And exhale to release, bringing your hands to the floor. Fingertips can come to the floor. Inhale as you come up to a halfway lift. And then exhale, bend your right knee. And we'll just walk ourselves over here, coming into a stretch of that hamstring again and that right hip. So if you like, you can come down a little bit lower and lift that left heel, but feel free to stay right where we were. Good. We'll be here for one more breath. If you'd like to challenge your balance, bring your hands to your heart. Good. On your exhale, slowly take yourself to the other side, knowing that one knee might be a little less cooperative. Do what you can. Take another breath in. You got this. And exhale as you come back to center. And we'll just take that forward fold again. This time maybe reaching your hands back a little bit further and shake your head yes and shake your head no. And if you are a long-time yogi and you'd like to try a headstand, I can't see you, but my thoughts and prayers go out to you. Yes, people do headstands. Good. As you're ready, slowly come up to that halfway lift, and then heel toe your feet in until they're about hip width apart, and we'll rise up. Let's go to the top of our mat and meet in chair pose. So sinking the hips down, finding our chair. So you can bring your big toes to touch and your heels apart, or your feet can be a little closer together or hip width. You might want to play with your chair. Sometimes I have tight Achilles, so I like to bring my legs, my feet a little wider. So if you are noticing your quadriceps, you are fully human. Congratulations. Breathe. Good. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're just going to bring our weight into our left feet. We'll challenge our balance a little bit here. Step that right foot back, all the way back of the mat. Getting that stretch in the front of the leg, the quadricep, and then reach your arms up. Frame your ears, draw your pinkies toward one another. Find yourself in Crescent Lunge. Beautiful. Maybe look up if you want to really challenge your balance, or close your eyes. What an idea. Breathe in. Breathe out as you bring your hands back to heart center. And we're going to gently twist that right elbow to the outside of this left leg. Coming into our twist. Options here, open up, or flip that palm, come into that half bind. Notice what's happening as we wobble, and see if we can mindfully keep our breath steady and smooth, keeping our smile, our gentle, mindful countenance. Oh, we are amazing. One more breath in, and exhale, unwind. Bring your palms back to center. And then we're going to take our hands to floor or blocks. One more thing here, and we're going to bring our weight into our left ankle. Bring that right leg up and come into a standing split. We've been here before. We've been upside down. We can do this. So there's lots of things you can do with this standing split. You can reach with your left hand to that left ankle. You can try to balance. If you feel like you're really, really there, you can take that right hand also to the right ankle, to the left ankle. Just keep your breath steady and smooth. You got this. One more breath in. Really lift. And then as you exhale, bend that right knee, draw it forward. We'll meet back in chair pose. We only grow with challenge, right? Don't hate me. Sink your hips down. We got this. We got one more side. Sink down a little bit deeper. Find the chair that works for you. Good. And then bring your hands to heart center on your exhale. Inhale, looking forward, finding that drishti. Step back with your left foot, coming into lunge. Long crescent lunge. Get that length in that back leg. Maybe even scooch that foot a little bit further back than you think you could or want to. And when you're ready, inhale your arms up to frame your ears. Draw your pinkies toward one another. Keep that right knee over the right ankle. Good. Pressing forward and backward at the same time, finding that balance. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Hands come to heart center now. Breathe in. And as you exhale, take that left elbow to the right knee. Good. Wobbling is normal. Who wants to be normal? Wobbling is exceptional. So let the wobble be there. Maybe take your open-armed thingy, or maybe take your half bind. Good job. Whatever you do, just breathe. Mindful breaths. Good. On your next exhale, hands come back. Unwind, come back to heart center. Take your hands to floor or blocks and get ready to fly. We're going to take our weight into our right foot. Come into that standing split, lifting the left leg way high. Head below heart again, last time here. Breathe it through. Good. Beautiful. Exhale it out. And when you're ready, slowly bring the left foot to meet the right. And stay here. Maybe take your blocks to the side. And we're going to just slowly come down to our mats. Good. So when you land here, scoot your hips back so that your legs are long. And take your right foot to the inside of this left leg. And if you find that this is just not going to work for you, just scoot your foot up and down until you find a sweet spot. And if your knee is high, you might want to tuck your blanket or your block underneath just to support it. We'll take a forward fold on each side, reaching up, looking up. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Bring the nose toward the knee. And see if you can let that right hip just melt toward the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. We have some options here. You can take a block if you happen to have it and slide it behind your foot. Some people have longer arms and they can do this. Some people's arms just will not let them. Some people's legs are a little bit longer, it won't work. You can hold on to your ankle. Wherever you are, lift and lengthen again, and exhale, fold in. Just surrender here. Good. We'll take 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And as you're ready, slowly release, walk your fingertips up. We'll just switch sides, taking that forward fold. So good for the nervous system. So set yourself up here, prop or no prop. To prop or not to prop. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, fold. That is the question. It's always good to prop, in my opinion. We need support. Need to be open to support when we need it, right? Work with your breath. Let that lower back slowly melt, stretching, sending the breath where it needs to go. Take another breath in, lift and lengthen. And then slowly re-establish this fold. Breathing in and breathing out. As you're ready, slowly walk yourself back up. Keep that blanket handy. And we'll slowly lower yourself gently down to the mat, coming all the way down, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. Maybe taking those yummy circles, massaging out the sacrum, and going in both directions. And as you're ready, find stillness. Give yourself a nice big hug, curling up in your little circle, your little ball. Draw your nose towards your knees. Take a big breath in and exhale, lower your head down and drop your knees over to the right. Open your arms out into a T, or take a hand on that top leg and gently turn your neck toward the opposite side. Breathe here in this final twist. Notice where you could soften a bit more. On your next breath in, draw those knees back up into center. Give yourself a big hug. Take your nose toward your knee, curl up. And then lower the head back down and gently lower those knees over to the other side. And taking that hand maybe on that top leg. Perhaps there's a prop giving you support. And take that gaze to the opposite side. Softening the jaw and the face. Softening the hips and the shoulders. One more big full breath in. And then exhale your way back to center. And then lower your legs alongside, lengthwise on your mat. Maybe bring your heels as wide as your mat. If you like something under your knees, now would be the time to tuck it under, or tuck something under your neck. And then let your arms fall out to the sides. Snuggle your shoulders underneath you. And let's take a sweet Shavasana together. You've done beautifully. You've shown up for this mindfulness movement. Circle of love. So now is your time to just rest. I'd like to send you into your day and your week with this blessing from Jan Richardson's Circle of Grace. It's called Beloved is Where We Begin. If you would enter into the wilderness, do not begin without a blessing. Do not leave without hearing who you are, beloved, named by the one who has traveled this path before you. Do not go without letting it echo in your ears, and if you find it is hard to let it into your heart, do not despair. That is what this journey is for. I cannot promise this blessing will free you from danger, from fear, from hunger or thirst, from the scorching of sun or the fall of the night. But I can tell you that on this path there will be help. I can tell you that on this way there will be rest. I can tell you that you will know the strange graces that come to our aid only on a road such as this, that fly to meet us bearing comfort and strength, that come alongside us for no other cause than to lean themselves toward our ear and with their curious insistence whisper our name, beloved, beloved, beloved. As you're ready, bring some movement into fingers and toes. Turn your head from side to side. And then roll over to one side and just notice how you're feeling. Or you know what? Stay right where you are. Your practice. But if you'd like to join me in a seated posture, come with me into this easy pose, Sukhasana. And let your eyes close. And we'll take our arms out wide, flying again one last time, reaching up for that last breath. Reaching up for all the goodness and drawing it down into our hearts, letting the chin come to the chest and the eyes are closed. Just find one thing to be grateful for, one simple thing. Doesn't take much. Thank you so much for showing up this Monday to practice, to come into the circle of love. You are welcome here. Namaste. Everybody asleep?
Everyone's muted, but thank you. People are saying wonderful class, wonderful practice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Connie.
Thank you, guys.
Connie, really enjoyed today's class.
Good, I'm glad.
Thank you.
Have a great day.